This is where we make Feastables chocolate. We are in Peru.
Really sweet. Peru candy. Really good.
This is the facility where the Feastables journey begins. We are currently in the middle of Tarapoto. Behind right here where Kevin is like all the cocoa. So we're gonna tour that right now. This is essentially where the Feastables journey begins. It begins in these cocoa fields where we'll take pods and then they'll get fermented and then they'll get sent off to the factories that you guys see later in the video. And we're gonna have one of the farmers kind of give us a tour of this whole facility. So we're gonna jump right into that.
This bug spray better work. One tree every 3 meters, and how many cocoa pods come from a tree per year?
You have like 70 pods on the big crop, on the big harvest, and on the small harvest you get about 30 pods.
Okay. Oh, they're hot. I didn't realize how big they actually were. Oh my gosh, some of these are huge.
From flower, like this one right here. So after 6 months, this flower will turn into that pod, and therefore you can eat it.
Are we able to see like one get split open? All right, we're gonna cut one off. Wow. Yeah, see, look at all that yellow. Guess that means it's ripe. So I'll let him cut it open with this machete. Oh, it's really soft.
Soft, squishy.
Am I supposed to eat this?
Yeah.
Just swallow it.
What's that?
Spit it.
Yeah.
Don't eat the seed?
Don't need the
You
seed.
don't need to chew it.
Chew it and then spit the seed.
Really sweet. Yeah. It's really good. It tastes very similar to candy. It tastes like really sweet, and then if you bite into it, that's where chocolate comes from. You just split it in half. I can't eat this, right?
You could.
But it has to get fermented first.
Yeah. To get the flavor, you've got to dry it and ferment it.
Really interesting. So these rows go for quite a while. Multiple acres of rows, and there's a tree every 3 meters. And so you can see like there's a lot of like immature, not ready to be cut cocoa beans. But then you can see like this one over here, we have some ones that are like ripe. You can see it's like starting to mature a little bit, and it's like getting this like yellow tint on it, and that's when you know that it's ready to cut. This is like a little too red and maroon. This will end up hopefully in one of our chocolate bars. So I'm learning as much as I can here as we go. Yo, I gotta keep my head on a swivel out here. It's like snakes jumping out of trees, jaguars crawling around. So once the beans are all picked, they actually go to here where they get fermented, and you can kind of see right in there, and they sit in here for 7 days. After that, they're put in here where they dry out for the next 4 to 5 days, and then they'll be taken off to a collection center.
Have you ever had a banana from the Amazon before, Kevin?
I have not.
My first banana from the Amazon. They actually taste quite a bit different. We're at a second farm, a little bit bigger, 8 acres.
So after fermentation, like this is where they come in, as you can see, and they sit for about 4 to 5 days and they get dried out. It smells like the beginnings of chocolate, to be honest. So these have been in here for 2 days, and so what I was just told is you want them to essentially be able to break like a cookie, and you can kind of see this one's still spongy. So it's not ready yet, but when you do break it, it'll be that color. It's like a darker color than it was before, where it was like mostly purple. Can you smell that? It smells like cocoa out here. We're about 2 hours south of Lima, Peru. So we landed last night. We're at our chocolate facility. So this is where we make Feastables chocolate. They take the cacao beans in from the jungle, and this is the facility where they start to mix the chocolate. And so we're gonna tour whatever we can. We'll film whatever we can in here. There's people everywhere. It's kind of crazy. The guy said there was 700,000 square feet, this one facility that we're outside of right now. So as soon as we give them our IDs and everything, they're gonna let us go in. So it's pretty exciting. So we're gonna see what this looks like.
You can't hear me, right?
I can't hear him.
We're about to go tour the facility, see everything going on, see what the whole process is. Wait, so they said I'm not supposed to eat bars off the line. Does that mean I can't eat a chocolate bar off the line? Okay, so this is the first facility, and so the beans are delivered to this facility where they're dumped into this little vat, and what happens is they separate the beans, so you can see this little thing on the inside called a nib. And once you have those nibs, they're actually ground into a cocoa liqueur. Basically what's happening is they're placing it under a high pressure, and then that liqueur makes a cocoa powder or a cocoa butter. So you can see some of these machines here, and so what's happening is the cocoa is getting turned into dark chocolate at this facility, and so it's just using the cocoa butter, and sugar, and it's mixing it all together at a high pressure, turning it into dark chocolate. Okay, so here you can see some of the cocoa powder that has been sent from the first facility, and now we're in the second facility. And so what's being happened is it's combining it with milk and other ingredients, and it's becoming milk chocolate. And then the milk chocolate is spread into these molds. This one here that you can see is actually the Feastables Crunch Bar, and you can tell by those little puffed rice pieces. And then they're dried, and you can see them kind of going on this conveyor belt here where they'll eventually get packed. And then once the bars are done, you can see they're actually stacked on top of each other. Well, they'll get sent over to the boxes, and then they'll pack them up, put them on a shipping container, and then they'll be put on a boat and shipped to us.
Yeah, so they just switched over the line. So what we saw come off the line was 60-gram bars. These are actually 35-gram bars. It's pretty wild. We have 4 chocolate lines going, and we can't meet demand. So we need way more chocolate lines. This line is so impressive, it makes me want to sell crackers.
All right, we just finished up. Thanks to Machu Picchu Foods for having us. We literally got to see everything from how cocoa is created to how we create MrBeast's bars. We actually just also summited that, which is Wine of Picchu. And if you guys look over here, that's Machu Picchu. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will have some more videos like this coming at you. Thanks.